Hey, what's up guys? Transient TCG here. Wanted to make a response video to Jana, Spruce, Bronson, Soul, and whoever may have else made one of these videos to discuss collectability in Flesh and Blood. And I want to say that I agree that it is not the time to stay silent about collectability in Flesh and Blood. Now, just to kind of give you a little bit of an overview of some of the stuff that I've got in my collection. I've got a lot of the typical WAC, cold foils, and I apologize for the glare. The plastic is pretty shiny, but I've got what a lot of the other collectors may have shown on their videos or their pictures or their streams, but I've got a lot of those typical WAC collector bro type assets. Now, that's well and good, and it's something I love. A lot of this stuff is either self-pulled, like the tectonic plating, or self-graded, like the Brave Forge bracers and the tunic. But I think there's a little bit more that goes deeper beyond, hey, WAC, there's like 900, or there's like 400 of this Fable, or there's 1,000 or 1,100 of this cold foil legendary. I think there's a little bit more to Flesh and Blood than that. Right? So when you look at Flesh and Blood as a whole, I think Flesh and Blood as a whole is collectible, and the collectability of older Flesh and Blood is being slept on right now by a lot of the community. However, I think even more so being slept on is 2.0. Specifically, what I mean is there's been a lot of like great things, a lot of great events happening within the game, a lot of developments in the metagame that goes beyond just strictly the collectability of cards. Like being able to go to an event and, it's my first tunic. Let me move it out of the glare there. But, being able to go to an event and meet James White and have James White sign a tunic. Or, there's some really rare cards in 2.0. Emperor, we all know, is extremely rare, 1 in 10,000 packs. We believe Leviat is of similar rarity, and likely the same with Teklevossen as well. This particular one is a personal grail of mine, considering this is a Pop 1 pristine PCG 10. Also, kind of going into other sets, like stuff like this, this is a Soraya, Angel of Air Edition, one of the very playable ones in PCG 10. But, let's make a couple assumptions here. Let's assume that, Everfest and Tails and what have you was overprinted due to fake demand in the marketplace. And let's just say that over the course of 2.0, LSS might have cut down their print runs and then kind of scaled them back up a little bit. And let's just say that Dusk Till Dawn has a print run of, let's call it 200,000 boxes. It's a little bit less than WTR Unlimited and a little bit less than Everfest and Tails, but humor me for a minute. But let's just say that that those 200,000 boxes, you divide by 4 and you get 50,000 cases. Roughly, these Marvel Angels, they're just normal Marvels. They're not extra rare or extra special beyond like a normal Marvel, is going to be 1 in every other case, give or take. I know some people, Hemel or Cold Foil Heroes or some of those other guys might have had, higher or lower hit rates. But, let's just say 1 in every other case. There's 8 different Angels. Assuming there's 8 different Angels, that means there's only about 3125 of these Angels made of each of them. That's not a lot. And Prism is pretty playable. Prism's in the meta. She's a quite popular character. A lot of Prism fans out there. 2.0 is very collectible. And you look at the latest set, beautiful card. Not only that, beautiful card in Japanese. Being able to go to an event and being able to crack, Japanese product to get to try to get an alt art that is limited to the Japanese print run. It's pretty fun. You know, if you're a pack cracker degenerate, you know, you're going to have a lot to look forward to in Flesh and Blood in the current sets. And beyond that, you know, some of the things that are given away as promotional items and events are, you know, really important as well. Like you look at this playmat. You know, this I believe was an RTN mat. This is an iconic Azalea art right here. More recent, but you know, you kind of go back to some of the earlier stuff. The original Tunic mat, very iconic. I believe it was given out during the first calling as well as 2021 Road to Nationals, if memory serves me correctly. And you go back even further, you know, you'll have mats like Slingshot. You know, the original mat, you know, very limited, given out as a promotional item. And personally, as my grail mat, if you will, is the celebrational mat celebrating Flesh and Blood's 5-year anniversary. So suffice to say that there's a lot of reasons to get involved in Flesh and Blood. It's, in my opinion, the best game on the market. But more importantly, as someone who likes to collect shiny cardboard, rare things, you know, someone who likes to go to events and get beautiful promo cards with beautiful art, hang out with friends, play some games, there's lots of reasons to get involved with Flesh and Blood and collectability. And now is not the time to stay silent about Flesh and Blood.